The Luigi Mangione affair, when the American healthcare system takes a stray bullet. On January 27th, an event shook the United States in Manhattan. Luigi Mangione, 26, killed Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare. Why, would you ask? Well, according to Mangione, the American healthcare system drove him mad. Mangione wasn't the type to rob banks or pull off a smile heist. No, he was fed up with seeing the rich get VIP treatment while the poor had to choose between their medication and paying rent. Rather than starting a petition, Mangione opted for a more explosive method. He sent a message with bullets engraved with the word delay and deny. Oh, yes, that's exactly what insurance companies do. And yes, bullets, because apparently, in the US, when you want to denounce a system, you have to kill people. I think he was inspired by people who criticize the school system in the US. So, not exactly pacifist, but the message was crystal clear. Mangione was outraged by the growing divide between the wealthy, who get star treatments, and the poor, who are fighting just to get some aspirin. He didn't mince words, public letters, books, delay, deny, defend, a little gem for those curious about how insurance companies find ways to avoid paying, or almost always.
And here's the ironic twist. After the assassination, reactions on social media were special. One user on X, formerly Twitter for the older crowd, wrote, "The bullet hit the CEO outside the coverage period, so he's not eligible for emergency care." Another on Reddit joked, "This fatal shot? It's considered an experimental procedure. Not covered. Sorry." Sure, it's dark sense of humor, but it really shows the anger building up in society. But beyond the humor, the issue is that Mangione, despite choosing a radical method, is not the only one in despair. The American healthcare system is a true jungle where you have to fight for everything, even just to breathe. In the US, 70% of medical costs are covered by private insurance. In other words, if you don't make six figures or aren't willing to sell a kidney to pay the bill, you have no chance. In France, 80% is covered by the public system. And trust me, it's not perfect here either, but at least you have a chance to get treated without your bank needing to approve the transaction first. To conclude, let's remind ourselves that Americans spend by far the most money on healthcare in the world. It represents nearly 70% of the country's gross domestic product. In France, it's only 11% of the GDP. In the US, unsurprisingly, only 30% of these expenses are funded by the public system, compared to 80% in France. That's why in the US, you can bankrupt yourself just trying to get medical care, while companies like United Healthcare racked in $281 billion in revenue last year. Meanwhile, hospitals are sorting you out. Okay, you're sick, but how much is in your account?
Can we really turn a blind eye to a system where health is a business before being a necessity? The assassination of Thompson, as tragic as it is just a symptom of the desperation of millions of people. Luigi Mangione is in prison, and investigators continue digging. But this case raises a larger debate. Should we reform a system where profit outweighs human life? Case to be continued. See you soon on Euro TV News!